Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 11 a.m. I'm Danielle Kern.
And I'm Mike Hart. We have some breaking news for you at this hour. The Department of Public Health has confirmed 2 cases of coronavirus have been discovered in Kern County residents. Now, this is in addition to the non-resident who tested positive on Tuesday. Let's bring in 23 ABC's Tori Cooper joining us live outside the Department of Public Health with more from this morning's press conference. Tori?
Yeah, Mike, I'm here outside of Kern County Public Health where that press conference you just mentioned wrapped up just a few moments ago. Many health officials were providing additional details into the 2 new cases surrounding 2 residents right here in Kern County. Now, there are HIPAA laws in place that make it very difficult for public health officials to provide us further information surrounding these individuals. Now, there was several things they could not tell us, but what we do know is that they were informed about this first case late last night, and they say they were informed about the second case around midnight before they were able to start making contact with these individuals. Now, they waited at least 10 hours to notify us about these 2 cases, and here's why they say they waited.
Oftentimes those notifications are not complete and they do not have complete demographic information. So we actually have to spend some time contacting the individual that's listed to ensure that the information is correct and fill in the missing information to determine if they are a Kern County resident. And that takes a little bit of time.
Now, they do not believe these 2 new cases are connected to the non-resident who tested positive yesterday. What's new, though, is that they are saying that community spread is more likely now in Kern County. Here's what they won't tell us. They won't tell us if this is travel related. They won't tell us the age of these 2 patients. They won't tell us which city they are from in Kern County, all because of HIPAA laws. Now, again, they are planning to trace the places these patients went to and to see if they came in contact with anyone. They did say that if there are certain places that these patients did come in contact with that are a public health concern for community members, they will make the public aware to avoid those areas. Now, here's an update locally. In case you are not following along with 23 ABC News or the Kern Public Health Department, 76 people have tested negative for the coronavirus right here in Kern County. 192 tests are still out. That was at least as of 15 minutes ago when we checked in with Kern Public Health. Now, of the 30 travelers that they were monitoring, 22 people have completed their surveillance, and they don't expect that number to climb as of now. Now, there is no change in shelter in place as of right now. They really want to make sure that community members at home are still going on their walks, stepping outside, getting some sun, everything that you would usually do, but just make sure you are practicing social distancing and make sure you are remaining sanitary and clean. But for now, we will continue to update you on all of our social media platforms. In East Bakersfield, I'm Tori Cooper for 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Thank you, Tori. And we want to show you just how easy it is to follow the very latest on these 2 confirmed cases with Kern County residents. You can find the very latest on our website, turnto23.com. We have a section dedicated solely to coronavirus coverage, and here you can find all of our stories related to this outbreak locally, nationally, and globally. That's on our website, turnto23.com.
And Accelerated Urgent Care has opened its doors for coronavirus testing in Bakersfield, one of the first facilities to do so. That's where we find 23 ABC's Austin Westfall at their location on Coffee Road with how things have been going there. Austin.
That's right. This is the second day of testing here at Accelerated Urgent Care here at 212 Coffee Road. This is the second day. They were open yesterday. We heard in that press conference that there were 123 tests that are pending here in Kern County. We're hearing now that 55 of those were sent from this facility yesterday. Accelerated Urgent Care opened its doors Wednesday morning with dozens of people waiting in line, waiting to get tested for the virus that's changed the world. COVID-19's rapid spread around the globe has impacted society in nearly every way imaginable, but so far there's only been 1 case confirmed in Kern County.
Every other state has seen the uptick, so California, this area specifically, is not immune. So I expect the exponential increase in cases in the next couple weeks.
The CDC says just over 7,000 cases have been reported in the U.S., but health authorities around the nation saying the number is likely much higher because there's been a lack of testing. Officials in Ohio, a state that's had 88 cases confirmed to date, according to CNN, estimating the number of cases in their state was actually around 100,000 last week. Local doctors underlining the importance of mass testing in order to flatten the curve.
We're preparing for a large amount of testing so that we can catch cases early, because we don't want to underprepare and have a lot of cases moving through the city and don't have the capability to do testing.
The number of tests being performed in the country has been increasing. According to U.S. officials, 8,000 tests were conducted in the country on Monday alone. It takes 1 to 3 days to get the results back after you've been tested.
The 12,600 people we've tested so far in the state of California, 12,600, that we have 3,215 tests that have not yet come back.
And for those that might be worried about going to a place like accelerated urgent care over fear of contracting the disease, there are precautions put in place.
We've got a booth over here set up that allows people to get a wristband, and we get their cell phone number, and they wait in their car for COVID-19 testing. They don't have to wait in a waiting area. And we think that's a great way to keep people separated and help coronavirus not spread throughout the city.
Testing is free for those with insurance and $55 for those without. The facility is located at 212 Coffee Road, and it's open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Wait time is expected to be about 45 minutes. Now, we do not know where those 2 coronavirus positive Kern County residents were tested, but we know it wasn't from here. We were hearing in that package that it was taking about 2 to 3 days for tests, or 1 to 3 days for tests rather, but we're hearing now that it's more like 4 to 5 days. So this facility just opened yesterday. There's no way that the people who were tested positive last night could have gotten tested here. Again, if you do show up here, they're going to ask you 5 basic questions, and then they're going to send you to that tent that's just over my shoulder. The 5 questions are: do you have a cough? Do you have a fever? Have you traveled to anywhere where there was a lot of coronavirus cases? Have you been in contact with anybody who has coronavirus? And finally, do you have any shortness of breath? Those are the 5 questions that are going to help them deem whether or not they are going to test you for the coronavirus. Again, it's going to cost you $55 if you do not have insurance. It's free for most if you do have most types of insurance. But for now, here in Bakersfield, Austin, Westfall, 23 ABC, connecting you.
All right, Austin, thank you for that. Right now, let's check in with Alyssa Flores for her first check of your midday forecast. Alyssa?
Yeah, Mike, believe it or not, it's hard to remember that today is the first day of spring since we have so much going on that we're following along with the coronavirus. But yes, today is the first day of spring. It actually doesn't officially start until later this evening, but we're calling it today. Right now, we're at 53 degrees here in Bakersfield, a little bit warmer than we were at this time yesterday. Taking a look at our county forecast, though, you can see we're going to be getting to 60 degrees in Bakersfield here today, as well as much of the valley. You're looking at 60 degrees for Delano, Wasco, McFarland as well. In our mountain communities, we're looking at 40s, but 51 for Kernville and Lake Isabella today. Taking a look at our forecast for the coming days, you'll see that tomorrow on Friday, we are going to be drying out, and we're looking at a high of 66 tomorrow. And on Saturday, we're going to be seeing some seasonal 70s. We'll tell you more about what we'll be seeing for the rest of the weekend and the storm that we're looking ahead to early next week.
The Bakersfield Police Department addressing potential scams and unethical practices that are occurring over the coronavirus pandemic. The department said it would like to remind everyone that grocery stores are still open and that they're being restocked as quickly as possible. The BPD said there is no expected interruption to the local chain of food and supply and household goods and no shortage nationwide. But officials do say some people are looking to prey on your fear and profit from this time of uncertainty. Price gouging can be reported to the BPD by going to p3tips.com or by calling the DA's office at 868-2340.
And Delano police are establishing a temporary coronavirus response unit. The department posting to Facebook saying the unit will be responsible for multiple things, including gathering and analyzing COVID-19 related information, determining related training and equipment needs, helping those most at risk of the virus, and putting out public safety information through social media. They added, if you know anyone who's at higher risk and not able to obtain the essentials that they need, for example, food or water, they said to give any one of these numbers a call and Delano police will help out.
And 23 ABC has you covered on everything coronavirus. Be sure you go to our website, turn223.com. Click on the link for the latest developments, postponements, cancellations, and even closures around town. In other news, police investigators looking into an officer-involved shooting overnight on Veneto Street in northwest Bakersfield. Officers called out to a home near Hageman and Knutson for a domestic violence incident. When officers arrived, officials say the suspect, who's been identified as Ryan Lake, met officers near the front of the house, and that's when a shot was fired by one of those officers. Lake was reportedly not hit and retreated inside the home where he barricaded himself. Negotiators were called in along with the BPD SWAT team, and shortly after 10 p.m., Lake exited the home and was taken into custody. The officer who was involved in that shooting is placed on routine administrative leave. BPD is asking if you know anything about this situation to give them a call at 327-7111.
Bakersfield police are thanking the public for their help in arresting a suspect in a young girl's death. 38-year-old Clint Mason was arrested this morning in Inglewood, California. Mason's a suspect in an 8-year-old girl's death. Yesterday, officers were called out to an apartment on San Dimas Street after receiving a report of an 8-year-old girl not breathing. Officers found the child, who was transported to a hospital where she died from her injuries. Mason is being transported back to Bakersfield, where he will be booked into the Kern County Jail for murder. And a silver alert has been issued in Kern County for a missing man in Lancaster. This is a picture of Parviz Sistani, who was last seen yesterday, March 18th. He's believed to be wearing a gray and black plaid shirt and blue jeans. He suffers from unknown medical conditions and may become disoriented. If you've seen him, call 911.